Hello everyone! I hope you're all doing well and doing great. Welcome to my channel and in a new video. اليوم راح نديرو درس sentence structure. We will see together what is a sentence and what are the 5 important components in a sentence. So قبل ما نبداو نتمنى أنكم تديروا like, subscribe, activate the bell to get you all new. Let's start. So what is a sentence? A sentence هي الجملة. A sentence is a group of words expressing a complete thought. هي مجموعة من الكلمات التي تعبر على فكرة كاملة. من أهم الشروط اللي لازم نطبقوها به نقدر نعتبر الجملة اللي عندنا sentence لازم تكون تحمل فكرة كاملة وواضحة. We have here a small example. I ate an apple. أنا أكلت تفاحة. هل المعنى أو الفكرة وصلت لعقلك؟ Yes, وصلتني. أنا أكلت تفاحة. هنا يتحقق الشرط وبالتالي نقدر نعتبرها جملة كاملة المعنى. So it's a sentence. Let's see the next example. I eat. I eat what? هنا راح تسقسي I eat what. هل الجملة كملت لك التعبير؟ كملت لك المعنى؟ No. ما كملت ليش. I eat what. هنا ما تحققش شرط فكرة كاملة وبالتالي it's not a sentence. The sentence is a grammatically independent unit of expression. هي وحدة مستقلة من التعبير made up of 2 essential parts called the subject and the predicate. الشرط الثاني هو تكون الجملة من جزئين أساسيين. الأول يسمى subject والثاني يسمى predicate. Now we have to know what is the subject and what is the predicate. شنو هما المكونات الجملة. The first is the subject. The subjects are generally the someone or the something of a sentence that performs the action or has some element of them described. While looking for the subjects of your sentences, you should most often look for nouns or pronouns. إذن the subject هو الفاعل الذي يقوم بالفعل في الجملة أو يتم من خلاله وصف الأشياء أو وصفه. وطبعا يكون the someone شخص أو the something شيء. فكي نرجع للجملة راح يكون يا noun يا pronoun. ففي المثال السابق I ate an apple. هنا نحوسوا على الفاعل لدار الفعل ولا لوصفه وبالتالي هنا I eat an apple. من الذي أكل تفاحة؟ I is a pronoun so it's the subject. The predicate describes the action taking place or clarifies more information about the subject. Predicates are generally the verbs of a sentence. Predicate دايما يمد معلومات إضافية في الجملة. فابتداء من الفعل تاع الجملة حتى الباقي يتسمى predicate. In addition to this simple formula for locating the subject, you should keep in mind the following. Okay, let's back together to the subject a little bit. قبيلة قلنا حنايا بنحطو subject. قلنا باللي يكون هو الفاعل ويقدر يكون noun ولا pronoun اللي يقوم بفعل الفعل ولا نصفه. هنايا حددنا بعض القواعد المهمة اللي نقدر نحدد بها subject في الجملة. 1. In sentences expressing a comment or a request, the subject is always you, even though you may not appear in the sentence. في جمل الطلب أو الأمر subject يكون مختفي يكون غير ظاهر. فمثلا أنا نأمرك نقول لك clean the house. هنا ما كانش subject ما كانش pronoun or noun. فحتى لو كان لا يظهر في الجملة راح يبقى the subject is you. For example, stamp the envelopes before mailing them. هنا ما كانش subject. هنا راهو يعطيك request stamp the envelopes before mailing them. The subject is not appearing ومع ذلك the subject is always you. 2. The subject of a sentence should never be a prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase هي عبارة عن شبه جملة تبدأ بحرف جر. So now we have an example. Neither of the rivals survived the duel. هنا أي واحد كيجي يقسم الجملة ويحوس على subject and the verb. The verb is survived. So who survived؟ حوسوا هنا على الفاعل the subject. Neither is a subject. Okay. So of the rivals منكملوهاش مع subject. ما نقولوش neither of the rivals هو subject, survived is the verb. No. Of the rivals is not a subject. It's a part of prepositional phrase باسكو هنا بدأت بالpreposition which is of. 3. To find the subject in a question, turn the question into statement form. كي يعطيك جملة استفهام يعني سؤال هنا subject موش رح يكون باين. So you have to turn the question into statement form بها تقدر تعرف وراها subject. لازم ترجع هذاك السؤال إلى حاله الطبيعية بها تقدر تعرف. So we have here an example. Into which drawer did you put the box of pencils? هنا رجعوها لحالة الطبيعية عفوا. Statement. You did put the box of pencils into which drawer? هنا كي رجعناها الحالة الطبيعية هنا بان subject which is the pronoun you and the verb is did put. القاعدة الأخيرة. There or here is not always the subject of a verb. كاين جمل يبدأوا ب there or here فأحيانا ما يكونوش هما subject. For example, there have been no agreement. بدأت الجملة بكلمة there. أسكو هي subject؟ No, ماهيش subject. There have been no agreement. The subject is agreement. So please, guys, you should be careful in choosing the subject in the sentence and discipline with the rules. ننتقل الآن إلى ال complements. Complement is one of the important components in a sentence. واحد من أهم المكونات أيضا في الجملة. Some sentences express a complete thought by means of a subject and verb only. Well, some sentences don't need more information بخلاف subject والverb. فمثلا هنا he thinks هو يفكر. He is the subject, thinks is the verb. It's a sentence expresses a complete thought. But most sentences, however, have in the predicate one or more words that complete the meaning of the subject and the verb. These completing words are called complements. أوكي، أعيد الشرح. بعض الجمل لا تحتاج إلى معلومات إضافية مثل الجملة اللي حطيناها he thinks. هذا الفعل أصلا لا يحتاج إلى مفعول به بمعنى intransitive verb. But معظم الجمل في البريديكيت تاعها تحتاج أكثر من كلمة باه تكمل المعنى. لازم تكون كاين complete thought باه تعتبر sentence. هذه الكلمات المكملة more informations هذوك يتسموا complements. We have two complements. Subject complements and object complements. Okay, subject complements. Complements that refer to, describe, explain or identify the subject are subject complements. Subject complement يتعلق بالسبجكت يعطي معلومات حول السبجكت. We have two kinds, predicate nominative and predicate adjective. Predicate nominative is a noun or a pronoun complement that refers to the same person or thing as the subject of the verb. It follows a linking verb. يعني دايما predicate nominative يرجع للسبجكت refer to the subject. For example, New York is our largest city. City refers to the subject. City هي نفسها New York. City is the complement يرجع إلى subject New York. So it's a predicate nominative. Predicate adjective is an adjective complement that modifies the subject and it follows a linking verb. في زوج يتبعوا linking verb تجور يجوا مورا linking verb. For example, she seems angry. The book is dull. Predicate adjective يوصف subject. She is the subject. seems is the verb, linking verb. Angry is the predicate adjective. toujours يوصف subject على خلاف predicate nominative اللي يرجع ليه. Okay. Now we have object complements. To complete their meaning, some action verbs require an additional complement following their objects. This additional complement is called an objective object complement because it refers to the object. It may be a noun or an adjective. إذا الobject complement يرجع إلى الobject ويستعمل لتكملة المعنى، تكملة إضافية. For example, they elected Mary chairman. They subject, elected verb, Mary direct object, chairman is the object complement. Why? Because it helps to complete the meaning of the verb elected. عاون به يكمل المعنى تاع الفعل. Another example, they called David a genius. A genius is the object complement. I found her crying. Crying is the object complement because it helped to what? To complete the meaning of the verb. The third component is the object. Complements that receive or that are affected by the action of the verb are called objects. They are of two kinds, direct object and indirect object. The direct object of the verb receives the action of the verb or shows the result of the action. It answers the question what or whom after an action verb. به نقدر نعرفوا موقع direct object في الجملة نسقسوا زوج أسئلة what or whom من وماذا. For example, I took him with me. I took him with me. راح نسقسي هنا سؤال I took whom. أنا أخذت من. أنا أخذت who. I took him. So this is the direct object. I eat pizza. I eat what? I eat what? I eat pizza. So pizza is the direct object. Indirect object of the verb precedes the direct object and usually tells to whom or for whom the action of the verb is done. وبه نقدروا نعرفوا موقع indirect object في الجملة نسقسوا بزوج أسئلة لمن ولماذا. Okay? If the word to or for is used, the noun or the pronoun following it's a part of a prepositional phrase. It's not an indirect object. For example, Father promised me the car. Father promised me the car. الأب وعدني بالسيارة. راح نسقسوا سؤال الأب لمن وعد بالسيارة؟ شكون؟ وعدني me. So me it's an indirect object. But in another example, I gave money to my mother. أنا أعطيت المال لأمي. هنا راح نسقسوا سؤال أنا أعطيت المال لمن؟ لمن؟ لأمي. هنا صح يصح السؤال والجواب بصح راح تلاحظوا بلي كاين preposition to my mother. Is it an indirect object? No, it's not an indirect object. It's a prepositional phrase. Finally, the adverbials. Adverbials refer to a single word or group of words which form parts of a clause. In addition, some adverbials may act as different parts of speech. Three kinds of adverbials exist: adjuncts, conjuncts, and disjuncts. Adjuncts, also called adjunctive adverbs, are words or group of words which provide more information to the sentence. When an adjunct component is removed from the sentence, the meaning of a sentence is affected and may not be understood. Adjuncts may help to provide information in regards to time or temporal. For example, Northern Arizona University opened its doors in 1888. هنايا وراها الادجنكتس اللي تبين الوقت. It's in 1888. Next, place or space. For example, Shelley doesn't live above her means. وراها اللي تبين على المكان above her means. Above her means. Cause George drove to his mother's house because of the snowstorm. وراها الجملة اللي تبين السبب because of من because of وكمل because of the snowstorm. Results: the company will not sell its shares due to its escalating value. وراهي الجملة تبين النتيجة due to لتبين النتيجة ونكملوا its escalating value. Conditional Janet will call Brian if needed. Where is the adjunct here? If needed. Conjuncts are used for combining sentences, creating cohesion between two paragraphs, show logical movements, cause and effect or problem or solution, and chronological movements like movements through time. كلمات نستعملوهم باه نديرو ربط ما بين الفقرات أو جمع ترابط بين جمل. We have here some common conjuncts like first, second, third, furthermore, therefore, and etc. These conjuncts often appear at the beginning of the sentence or near the beginning of the sentence, are words or a group of words which provide some comment on the content of the sentence in which it appears. مجموعة من الكلمات غالبا تبدأ في بداية الجملة تضيف تعليق حول محتوى الجملة. فمثلا احنا كي نجي نهضروا جملة نقولوا honestly, clearly, briefly, unfortunately, personally, actually, etc. This is all for today. Inshallah تكونوا فهمتوا, and if you have any question ask me in the comments, and see you next time inshallah. Bye.